Welcome to part 3 of the 5 insider tips on how to deal with your husband's porn problem. My name is Tiffany Godfrey. I'm your committed wife coach. And go ahead and click the subscribe button. Give this a thumbs up because I think this is going to really bless you. So day 1, and of course this is part of a 5-part series on the fact that your husband's porn problem is not your fault, but it is your problem. And day 1, we talked about the fact that you need to spend some time with God. Get some quality time with God to get direction. And day 2 was do some things that you enjoy. You need to get this off your mind. This cannot be the only thing you focus on all day. So if you want to go ahead, and I would recommend you go ahead and watch those 2 previous videos, and the links will be right down in the comments box below. So go ahead and check that out. But today, I want to share with you the 3rd insider tip. And it really goes for anything that goes on in your marriage that hurts you or offends you. And that is forgive your husband, for he knows not what he does. I'm pretty sure if your husband married you, if he proposed to you, I believe he loves you in some way, shape, or form as much as he can. And I really don't think it is his goal to hurt you. I don't think it's his goal to destroy the marriage. That would be a waste of time to propose to you and then destroy the marriage. That's just a waste of time. And I don't think your husband would do that. I'm not saying this is easy. And let me just share something. There's a difference between trust and forgiveness, okay? So, for example, you forgive your husband, let it go. And I know it keeps coming up over and over again, but Jesus told his disciple to forgive over and over again. And how many times has your husband had to forgive you for something? How many times has God had to forgive you? I'm not saying it's easy. Now, you forgive, meaning you let it go. And I think it goes back to number 2, doing some things you enjoy to get your mind off of it, because if it keeps coming up over and over again, it's going to be harder to forgive. That's why it's important to get your focus on something other than your husband's porn problem. So I want you to forgive, but the trust, here it is, has to be rebuilt. You forgive instantly, but that person has to earn the right to have you trust him again. So for example, if he's still doing it, you don't trust him to not watch porn. I mean, he can say he stopped, but that trust is going to have to be rebuilt, meaning you may need to have access to his phone. You may need to just ask him what he's been doing. Now, this is after he has made a change. Don't do that now. If he's still addicted, he's probably in denial. And you've got to forgive him for that. He may say, I'm not addicted, but he can't stop doing it. So he is addicted. But you don't have to tell him that. I'm just trying to help you. You need to forgive your husband. And I am not saying that's easy. But if you don't, you're not going to have peace. And so you have to understand this is something that's out to destroy your husband. It's not your husband's friend. It's not your husband's, it's just not something that's going to help him. And he just does not realize that. And I'm asking you to please understand that your husband's goal is not to hurt you. It is not to destroy the marriage. And in the next clip, the next point, I'm going to explain to you why. You have to understand why this is not your fault. I'll talk to you about that in the next clip. But anyway, I need you to make a decision to forgive your husband. The trust has to be rebuilt, but you need to forgive him for what he does, because he knows not what he's doing. Okay? So go ahead, and if you like this point, and even if you didn't like the point, because sometimes it's hard for us to forgive, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'll be sharing many more videos on marriage. But I want you to have this information, because you are not alone. You're not the only one dealing with the husband who has a porn problem, but you do need to do something about it. And today, my suggestion is for you to forgive your husband.